Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be unboxing this GoPro Hero 8 Black, as well as some accessories like this case, and putting some screen protector and glass lens protectors on the camera. But for now, here's the camera box. Some of the GoPros come in the clear case box, but this is just a cardboard box. And when you open it, you see the GoPro, and there's a GoPro logo, and then here's the camera. Before we get to the camera, there's an accessories box right here. So you open this up, it does come out too. So the first thing that's in here is this silicone case. So this is a white case, it's just flexible, and this is more to just protect the outside of it, and it has a little neck strap right here, so if you want to carry it or anything, you can do that. This would probably be pretty good for underwater since it covers all the edges. So there's that. And then right here you have the standard mount. And this is one of those like sliding mounts, so there's a certain way that you can slide it and latch it into place. And then right here is a USB-C cable. So USB-A to USB-C. It says GoPro on it. And on this side. And then we also have this little screw right here for actually putting the camera onto a mount. So this just locks it into place, and it has one of those thumb grips so that you can actually tighten it. Then there's this adhesive mount right here. So this is actually what this sliding mount goes into. So you just tack this onto something, and then you could slide it and latch it into place. And then the last thing in here is this battery. So this is the battery that works with the Hero 8, 9, and 10. It has the little blue bottom. So that's pretty cool. There is this instruction manual. So important product and safety instructions. And then you can visit their website for more information. And then there's this card right here which just tells you how to charge it and how to mount it. And then it also tells you about the app for pairing your GoPro if you want to connect to it with Bluetooth. Alright, so that's all the accessories. And then right here we have the camera. So here's the actual camera. It has these nice little film protectors so you don't scratch the screen. As you can see, I already tested out the screen with the touch. So it's really nice. This whole outer frame is basically metal, and then there's these metal clips that come out for mounting the camera. So you just pull the tabs out, and then you have your standardized mount. And they're just sort of magnetic, so they just latch into place. And so this whole outer part is like this nice metal, and then right here is actually the latch for the battery. And from here you can actually charge the camera right there. And then you have this battery right here. So you just slide the battery in like this. And then it should clip into place. And then as you can see, there's also the SD card slot right there. Some people put it in before the battery just because it's easier, but you can get it in there either way without too much of an issue. And then this whole thing is actually sealed. It is waterproof by itself, the whole camera, but so you just close this and then latch it in place, and then it's good to go. And then for anyone wondering, this is just a plastic shell, there's nothing underneath it. So that is everything that comes in this box. So before I even turn the camera on or anything, I'm going to apply all the screen protector stuff first, just so that I don't get any fingerprints or scratches on anything, since all of the protective film is still on the lens and the screens. So moving this aside real quick, we have this glass screen protector set that I got on Amazon. And it has screen protectors for the small screen, the big screen, and then a lens protector which just goes on this front glass panel. So I'm just gonna open this real quick. So this just opens like that. There's some instructions right here. And then here are your alcohol wipes for cleaning off the screen, and then some stickers for getting rid of dust. And then in here we have all the protectors. So it looks like it comes with 3 full-size protectors for the screen, and then 3 lens protectors. And then in here there's 3 of the mini display protectors for the e-ink screen. Alright, so real quick before we apply any of that, we're gonna take off the seals here. Nice shiny screen. Alright, so first I'm going to apply the lens protector because it's probably one of the most important ones. So we have this right here. So there it is. So what I have to do is get some of these guide stickers right here, which just let you put it on the camera without touching the actual protector. So I have this guide sticker, I'm just going to place it on here. So now I can actually move this without touching it. So you have to take this film off and apply it to the device without getting anything on the back. There shouldn't be anything on the lens, so I'm going to apply it, and then you just take that off, and then I'm actually going to use the plastic sheet that it came with to apply pressure. And then now we have a protector on there, and as you can see it fits perfectly in that little indentation right there. So now we have the tiny protector for the tiny screen on the camera right here. So it's kind of confusing because this blue sticker is actually attached to the protector itself. And then there's this little tab right here to peel back the cover. So here it is. And then once you're done, you can try to peel away the blue sticker. Now the lens and this little screen both have glass protectors. Alright, so flipping the camera over, we have the screen, and now there is dust and stuff on this, so I'm going to clean this off. So in the package with the stickers, there's also this microfiber cloth, and then wipes. Take the wipe out, and then just gently clean the screen off. And then once you're done wiping it, you can take the microfiber cloth, and then gently remove the excess alcohol. Now if there's still dust on the screen, what you can do is take this big sticker right here and you actually tack it onto the screen to remove excess stuff. So here's one of the big protectors. So I'm going to take my guide sticker just so I can maneuver it around and then peel off this seal. I want to line this up. You can just drop this on here and use the guide sticker, and then once you think you have it lined up, you can let go and sort of just press, and you'll see that all of the air starts escaping. So at this point I'm going to remove this guide sticker, and then you would just want to make sure all of the air is out, so you can just push on it. Now we have a protector installed on the screen and on the lens and on the mini display. So that is the glass screen protectors all installed. Alright, and then I have this micro SD card. It's just a 64 gigabyte one. And so like I showed you guys earlier, you can open up this door right here and then take your card. And so you want the little contact pads on the SD card to be facing outside towards the lens. You can just push it down and it will click into place. And then if you want to pop it out, all you have to do is push it down and it will pop out. Alright, so closing this again, now we can actually turn on the GoPro. And then before we turn the GoPro on, I have this GoPro case right here. So this is the official GoPro case. So it comes in with another one of these little slide-on mounts. And then there's another screw for actually attaching it to a mount. And then you can actually open these tabs up. And there's this cool case right here. So this is the official GoPro case, and it has these nice slim buttons that match the size of the ones on the actual GoPro. They're not like the big circular ones on older versions. And then in here there's like an extra back plate, I guess, in case you break it or anything, so that's pretty cool. So with the case, there's this little locking mechanism, so you push that forward and then you have to kind of pull the front up and that unlatches. And the GoPro should fit perfectly in here. And with all the screen protectors, it's very protected, especially when it's inside this case. So yeah, now this is very protected. So this is my full GoPro Hero 8, I guess, mounting setup. I'm actually gonna go charge the GoPro because it's dead and I can't turn it on. Alright, so the GoPro has some charge now. So I'm gonna power this on. Just hold the button to power it on. And so we have our touch screen. This is the main screen, so as you can see, you have your battery percentage, your estimated recording time based off of your video profile or picture profile, and then you have the mode that you're in right up there. So if you scroll, you can actually switch modes. You have picture, video, and then time lapse. And then at the bottom of the screen, of course, you have all of your different presets for video, so standard, activity, cinematic, slow-mo. You can make your own. And then within this menu, you can even change the presets for the standardized modes. So you could actually change the standard preset to whatever you like. If you wanted to quickly get into the edit menu, you could just hold this and it will bring you into the menu and you could change settings. Right here, this is the boost button for the stabilization, so when you click that, it turns boost on. And now you have super stabilization. While you're in the main menu, if you just tap the screen, all of the little icons and details go away so that you can just see your video feed, and then you could just click the screen again in order to get everything back. And then right here we have slow-mo, so you can turn that on or turn it off. And then this right here, these are digital lenses, so you can basically use this just to see the different type of field of views that you have. So this is narrow, linear, wide, and then super view. So you can just kind of get a feel for how the perspectives can change on the camera, and you can basically just set them to whatever you want. And then right here, this is just touch zoom, so you can digitally zoom the camera. So that's that. And then if you go to the photo mode, you have the same thing. You have all your different types of photo modes. So you have burst photos, live burst, night mode, and then of course you can add your own presets. And then right here, you have an output button, so you can choose the type of photo that you take. So super photo, HDR, standard, and then raw. And then right here, you have a timer. And then also you have the same thing as the other one. These are the digital lens profiles, so you could just see the different types of field of views that you have. And then because there's so much storage, it just says 99 plus pictures that you can take because there's a lot of storage left. Of course, you can play around with all the quality settings and stuff. So then the last thing is if you have this drop down menu right here, so you just swipe down. So the camera actually does rotate, as you can see, so the screen rotates with the camera. If you didn't want it to rotate, you can click this button right here and lock it. So this is orientation lock. When you click it, it stays obviously where it is. And then right here, this is a touch lock, basically a screen lock. So like if you're using this underwater without a case and you don't want anything to affect the screen, you can turn the touch lock on, and now anything you do isn't going to affect it until you turn the screen lock off. So you scroll back down and tap to unlock. And that's just so all your settings don't get messed up if you are like recording underwater or anything. And then right here we have voice controls. You can basically turn it on and off when you want to use the voice controls, because there are actually voice commands for the GoPro. And then right here you can turn the grid on and off for your video if you just want to get a visual so you can see the grid. And then right here, these are the beeps that you hear on the camera when it turns on and you switch modes. You can turn that on and off. And then right here, this is QuikCapture. So this is like when the camera's off and you click the record button. This is if you wanted to actually turn the camera on and automatically start recording. So you can turn that on and off too. And then if you actually look up here, it will tell you the time, the date, and then whether you're connected to a phone or the cloud. And there's also the GPS. So it gives you kind of the status for all of that As you can see, the GPS just lit up, so that's working. And then the last thing is the preferences in here, so you can manage all your connections, and there's general settings, beep volume, QuikCapture, auto power off, and then the LEDs and stuff, anti-flicker, all of this stuff. And then there's the voice control, so you can turn it on and off. Wake on voice, you could set commands. And then right now we're in English, obviously. So that's the voice control. And then there's touchscreen, you can set it to landscape or vertical. Then there's screensaver, so it's set to 1 minute brightness. So the screen actually does get brighter, which is kind of cool. It's actually a pretty bright display. And then going back to the regular settings tab, you have basically regional right here. So this is GPS and language, and then regulations right here. And that's just for stuff like Wi-Fi and probably GPS. And that is all of the preferences inside of the settings tab. So we can look at the quality. So as you can see, here's all the settings. So at 4K, you can do 60 FPS, 4K. So the only ones that are allowed in 4K are 60 FPS, 30, and 24. And then if you click 120, it brings it down to 2.7K because I can't do 4K 120. So there's that. And then if you go to 240, it brings it down to 1080. So at 1080 you can do 240 frames, 2.7 you can do 120 frames, and then 4K you can do a max of 60 frames. And then as you can see right here, you can also switch between the aspect ratios. So these are all automatically 16:9, but then there's 4:3 4K, which is probably the best one for drone footage, which I'd be using this for. And the same with 2.7, and then there's actually 1440 and 4:3. Those are all of the aspect ratios and frame rate settings. So that's basically it. As you can see, it does display the mode that you're in on the front display, and then it tells you how many videos you have recorded, what mode it's in. So 1080, this is 240, and then this in video mode. There's your battery percentage. This is the amount of recording time that you have based off your SD card. So here's the official listing for the Hero 8 on GoPro's website. As you can see, there's just some product details and some features demonstrated. So there's Hypersmooth 2.0 on and off. Right here is the night lapse mode. There's the 4 digital lenses. It's waterproof. Time Warp 2.0, and then the 12 megapixel pictures. Here's some more features. Then I start kind of advertising features for vloggers and for content creators. And then here's some product details. So these are just measurements and dimensions for the camera. And then right here, there's product details, and then there's more specific specifications right here. So for example, there's 100 megabit per second bitrate. You can do live streaming in 1080p. Photos are 12 megapixels. And then they give you all the different settings that you can adjust for different modes. And then it just tells you what you get in the box. So next we have the GoPro Quik App right here. So this is just the main menu. And then you can go and look at media that you've recorded, or you can go to the GoPro. So we're going to actually connect the camera right now. So I'm going to select Hero 8, and then click continue. So it's searching for my camera, and then it will come up. I can click connect, and once it recognizes the camera, you can pair it, and then it will say the name that it already had before. So in this case, my name is part of my GoPro, but if you're setting it up brand new, it won't show any name, and you can set up the name. And then it just asks you if you want to subscribe to their service. And so this is the live video feed preview, and you can change your modes wirelessly from your phone or device. Here's the studio, so it will let you take footage from your phone or from the GoPro and edit it live. So it will upload it, and then we'll load it in the studio, and you can add music and cut it and do some time lapses and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So there's music, here's the length and the trimming, aspect ratio, you can change that. So then you can also just delete it and move on. So back to the preview, here's the different settings and camera preferences that you can change. So these are things you can change in the camera, but you can also change them here in the app. Alright, so now that we are done with all the details and specifications of the camera, I guess we're ready to test it. So I'm going to put it into its hard case. Even though you can't use a touchscreen because there's a plastic case, there are still buttons, so you can still navigate if you need to. So of course there's the mode button right here, so you can switch modes still. So when you press the button, it switches modes, and then if you just don't touch it, it will select that mode. And then you can also turn the camera off by holding the button. Oh, and there's this right here. Didn't even see that. We're going to take this out for some drone flight footage, and we'll just see the cool kind of shots we can get with it, and then that will be it. Alright, so here is the flight footage. As you can see, I color graded the video right here, so it just looks a lot more saturated and colorful. The original footage did look really good. I just figured that I could make it look more lively, but it does capture the real effect of the color very closely to real life. So as you can see, very smooth. This isn't even with turbo mode on. This is just the regular stabilization. There's a little loop right there. It handles it very well. There's no vibrations. It smoothens all the movements out. You can see a lot of little details. Like you can see all the little leaves and blades of grass when I get close to the ground. And it's really amazing how well it captures all this. Again, this is the 4.3 4K mode in 60 FPS. Now, the one thing that I did kind of think about now that I'm rewatching this is that I probably could have used some sort of ND filter. There is some weird exposure stuff happening when I face the sun, but otherwise it seems to handle it pretty well. It's really cool how you can see all the little blades of grass and all the little plant leaves and stuff as I fly around the tree. This is a little low and slow flying. And yeah, the GoPro definitely captures a lot, and of course you can crop this into 16:9 and then insert it into some sort of software like Real Study or GyroFlow and get even smoother footage with the drone gyro data. But that's more of a RC thing if you're looking for smooth footage. So especially when I'm flying by these bushes, you can see all of the details. Yeah, overall it handles the smoothness really well. It really figures out how the video should be stabilized without any jitters. This is me trying to orbit myself here. Obviously this is a lot better than the footage that I'm seeing in my FPV goggles, but there's a lot of detail there. You can practically make out the text on my goggles, which is kind of cool. And then look at the detail here, going right under the tree. You can see all the leaves and the grass underneath. And then I get kind of close to this purple tree right here, so you'll see I get close to the leaves. You can see all of that, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to use this camera as like a flight footage camera, and I'm going to use it even as like a sit-down camera when I do some unboxings or builds or anything on my desk, because the quality that you get out of this thing is just amazing. And yeah, so that's basically it for the flight. Hopefully that was a good kind of demonstration of the quality on a drone. Definitely captures some of the environments that some people might be looking to see examples of, so hopefully that helps. This is a really fun video to make, so thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.